Saina Safarida and I'll be your host for today. It's an honor to have you all here as we dive into an important and empowering discussion on Women in Leadership Series 19. I welcome our principal and chief guest, Captain Sahana Sundar ma'am. Today, we are here to explore and celebrate the pivotal role that women play in leadership across various sectors. From breaking barriers to glass ceilings, women have continuously proven their strength, vision, and capability. Our goal is to inspire, educate, and ignite conversation that will pave the way for future leaders. We are thrilled to have Sahana Sundar ma'am with us today. Sahana ma'am is an uh, Sahana ma'am is the founder of Spark Igniting Minds. She has dedicated 32 years to the National Cadet Corps, sharing young minds with discipline and leadership. Beginning as an instructor with the 1st Karnataka Girls Battalion in 1989, she played a key role in training cadets across Karnataka. She accompanied cadets to the Republic Day camp 7 times, with her team winning the Prime Minister's banner. Commissioned as lieutenant in 2006, she later served as an administrative officer in NCC battalions across India before retiring as a captain. Post-retirement, she founded Spark Igniting Minds, an all-over India writing guild that evolved into a publishing house. As an author and publisher, she has published 18 books, including the award-winning Anand, that is based on CCD founder Siddharth Hegde's life, and Are You Smart with Words, launched by Kannada lyricist Sri Doddarange a prolific poet. She has penned over 400 poems and Kannada lyrics. She runs 2 YouTube channels, Spark Igniting Minds and Spark Literature, where she has interviewed over 50 notable personalities. Books under her publishing house have been launched by Sri Ravi Shankar, Dr. Kiran Bedi, and Priyadar. Beyond literature, Captain Sahana briefly engaged in politics with the Aam Aadmi Party. With her unwavering dedication to leadership, literature, and public service, she continued to inspire through her writing, publishing, and thought-provoking content. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Sahana ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, cadets. I see a lot of uniformed cadets. I am so happy to see you all here, so disciplined. You're all looking so cheerful today. Good morning to you all.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah. Respected principal, faculty members, and my dear students. Today is a great honor and privilege to stand before you and share my life journey. I'm not going to share only my life journey, I'm also going to tell how life tested me and how it shaped me, and today what I am is because I have faced a lot of challenges in life. Okay? So, for anybody for that matter, challenges are very common. But it is not that life as it comes we take it. Okay? Because challenges are different to different people. But in my life, life was not only a bed of life was not bed of roses, nor it was bed of thorns. I had my share of joys and sorrows. And even amidst challenges, I had a lot of cheer, adventure, joy, fun, frolic, everything intertwined into my life. So today I am going to share some of the episodes that deeply impacted me and changed my thinking, my attitude towards life. The first, when I joined NCC in my early years, I was an instructor in Karnataka Girls Vidyalaya. I opened my eyes in a hospital one day. What happened? I didn't know, and I saw all my colleagues around me. They were all standing, colleagues, and also a few of the doctors were there. And one of the doctors told me, "Hey ma'am, why did you shoot at your leg? Why did you shoot at your heart?" Okay, so that day everybody around me really laughed, and I smiled. And then I came to know why I was there in that hospital that day. It was in RC College. You all go to firing in RC College? Yeah. RC College firing range. We had to exhaust all the bullets that were in the battalion, .22 bullets. As you all know, most of you must have fired. And I was given around 100 rounds. Usually how many rounds is given to you? 5 rounds, maximum 10 rounds or 15 rounds. Okay, if you go for Maulankar, it will be another 20-25 rounds. But for me, I was given 100 rounds, and usually you all know we do it in line position. And that day even I was doing in line position, and I had joined as an instructor, very new to the battalion, and all PS staff were there next to me. And they also were firing, I was also firing, and all of a sudden, the person next to me told me, "Ma'am, it is very tiring to fire in the line position. Why don't you sit and fire?" So I stretched my legs and I sat, started firing round after rounds, focusing on my target. And then suddenly, you know what happened? I could see one bullet. I just pushed the bolt a little hard. You all know the bolt, it doesn't fire unless you press the trigger. That day what happened, I just pushed the bolt a little harder and the bullet was out. And it pierced my left foot and it went outside. Okay? So I was not shocked. Everything went dark for me. And there was no pain. There was nothing. It is .22, you all know? Yeah. So, but then the shock of taking a bullet into my body was so much that I felt unconscious. Okay? So that was an incident. Maybe I didn't fight in a battle, but I was so happy that at least joining NCC, wound was there, a bullet wound was there in me. And that actually, like this, challenges will come. So that made me a very strong person. This episode made me a strong person. When challenges come to you, either you break or you make. You want to break or make? Make yourself. Okay? So you have to grow strong. You have to become more powerful. That is one of the episodes that left a deep scar on me. And the next incident, when I woke up, I was again in a hospital bed. But this time, it was not for a bullet in my body. It was not involved with my leg, but it was involved with one of my organs that I gave to someone. Right? So, I had donated kidney to my husband that time. It all happened, all of a sudden, see, the challenges don't come only in the career. Is it not so? It also comes in the home, to the dear ones, in relationships. So that was another challenge that came my way. my husband, who was a strong pillar to me, all of a sudden he developed a distaste for food. He had bloodshot eyes, legs were swollen, and this made me land in hospital. And when I went to the doctor, he said, look ma'am, already the glass is broken. It is shattered into pieces. Now what you have to do is, can a shattered piece of glass thing, can you make it can you bring it into original shape? No. So the glass is already shattered and it is already into pieces. Now you have to assemble all the pieces and safeguard and protect those pieces only. So that was the condition of my husband then. He had kidney failure. And then, usually when a kidney fails, it is only the brothers and sisters who can give, or the parents. Any blood relative can give a kidney. Okay, but in my case, it was a spouse. I am no way related with blood to my husband, isn't it? So, but then I made up my mind. I said nothing will happen to me. I know there are so many donors in the world, and I insisted the doctor to take my kidney. Okay, so that was another thing which really left a deep impact on me. I thought after kidney donation everything will go on well, but at my home, my husband suffered over the years with gastroenteropathy, retinopathy, neuropathy. But I said, whatever pati he is suffering from, I want my pati back. Right? So what happened? He was not able to see. He went blind. Right eye went complete blind. Left eye, he had only 20% of vision. Then gastroenteropathy, by the time he reached the toilet, it was all over the house. So it was like that. With all that, what happens when somebody is ill in your family? You should have hope. Hope is one thing that you should never lose in your life, my dear kids. When you have hope, it brings resilience. You know what is resilience? Staying grounded. Okay? So, hope brings resilience. With resilience, you will develop a kind of determination. You will find courageous. You will find yourself courageous. When I was a young girl like you, I was very timid, very shy. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I always used to go behind the curtains and see. Okay? So all this, when challenges come in your life, you grow more stronger. And never take a step back when challenges come. I have seen many people, when challenges are there, either they break down because of the pressure. Okay? Or you will have to make it up. Don't break, but make it for whatever you are there. Face the challenges and see what best you can do to overcome that challenge. So, it was not only, in spite of all this at home, I told you my husband was blind, he was not able to walk even inside the house properly, but he cooked for me. He was always an inspiring guy, though so much of disease and illness and everything, he always smiled and he kept the environment very light. Okay, he used to crack a lot of jokes. That is one of the inspiring quality which I was inspired with. Then, so hope gives you resilience. Resilience gives you courage and determination. Determination and courage makes you physically and mentally strong. Have you all seen what are the aims of NCC? You all know. But again, some of the aims for the girl cadets. In that, it is given that to make you physically and mentally courageous. Isn't it? That is one of the things that you learn in this organization. I think there are NSS students also here. Is it? Yes. Are you all NSS students not in uniform? No answer. Anyway. So whatever, whether in NCC, whether in NSS, whether you are a normal student of the college, these lessons are for everybody. Right? And the third thing I would like to tell you is this is a very great lesson that I learned in my life, that I want to share it with you all. There was a training officer, it was in OTA Gwalior. We are all trained in Officer Training Academy Gwalior. Okay? So in Officer Training Academy Gwalior, we had a training officer. I don't remember the name of the colonel now. He was a colonel. And he was giving a speech. And during that speech, he narrated one incident which really shook my life. What did he say? He said that he was given few of the students under him to do some project. Okay, so he gave the work to all his officer cadets. They are called officer cadets in NDA, National Defence Academy. All those who become officers, colonels, lieutenant colonels and all those. So they are given training there in National Defence Academy. So this officer was posted there and few of the officer cadets he had given a job. And he said, see, you are all matured enough. You have all been, I don't think you need any supervisor at all, because you are so mature, even without anybody's supervision, I know you can work and finish this task in another hour. Then he went back. And after an hour, he comes and he sees his students there. All others are involved in the job, completely involved in the job. They have put their heart, head, soul into it and they are working. And only one person, he was disinterested. He was disconnected with the crowd. He came out and he said, and he was involved himself with his music. Okay, he was in a different world altogether. He was nowhere concerned about the work that was given by the officer, or he was not contributing also. So this training officer got very angry on him. So what punishment he would have given to him? The most severe punishment which you think of. What's the punishment? What's the most severe punishment as an NCC cadet get? Shoot up. You will shoot. You will really kill them off, is it? No. So, he did not reprimand. Reprimand is scolding, severe scolding. He did not reprimand. He did not ask for a fine. He did not say that I am going to dismiss you from the army. But he gave one severe punishment. The punishment was to hold his waist, his own excreta, in his hand, bare hands, like this, stretch his arms, and stand in the drill ground for 24 hours without food and water. How did that officer cadet would have felt? Sorry. So actually that officer cadet was in tears. He broke down. He could not tolerate. First of all, there is smell and it is such a embarrassing punishment, a weird punishment I can say, holding his own shit and standing in the ground for 24 hours. So, but he learned a lesson. He learned a lesson, even if somebody is not watching, you have to work. When some work is given to you, you have to put your head, heart, soul, your blood, your sweat, and then do the job. Isn't it? It is not for somebody else you are working. Is it not for somebody to please somebody you are working? Is it not? It is for your own conscience. It is for your own heart that you work. So that changed my life, that incident when he narrated. I said, whether somebody is watching or not watching, I always felt all cameras are on me. That somebody is looking at me, though nobody was there. And I used to work and see that I did not waste a single minute, So, this was another lesson you will have to learn, my dear cadets. Because integrity in army, the integrity, one who, has good character and has integrity will be given 9 out of 9 in their ACRs also. That is counted as the highest level. If there is no integrity, they will not win the war. Can they win the war? No. That integrity is very, very important. So my life, it was not only, though I had challenges at home, I went to RDC 7 times. Not only going to RDC, I participated in so many other activities, all activities of NCC, mountaineering, cycle expedition, adventure, everywhere I was there. For RDC, though I was called RDC GCI of Karnataka and Goa Directorate at that time, I was an instructor. Okay? So I used to be with the cadets on the drill ground, in the flag area, in the National Integration Awareness presentation. I used to train them for West Cadets, I used to train them for firing. So I gave my 100%. Though I had so much of problems in my house, I never ever compromised giving my best to my cadets. Because I was always with them, and even in the camps, how many of you have attended at least some training camps in RDC? Selection camps? Yes. You know how tough it is. How many camps you will have to attend to go to the Republic Day? Huh? How many? 9. 9 camps you have to attend. Just imagine, every camp is for 12 days. And 12 days, it is a very, very tough training. The amount of drill that they do, and soon after that they have to go for West Cadets, they have to go for NIP, they have to go for firing, they have to go for culturals, and so many things that they have to do. It's a very, very tough camp. When I was the GCI, we used to, in every camp, the rehearsals used to go on till 2:30 in the night. And again 5 o'clock dot, that time we had cross country. Dot 5 o'clock is again on the ground, ready to run, ready to go for a cross country. And I used to run ahead of all the cadets. Complete that 3-kilometer run, come back and keep breakfast for them. Because by the time the cadet, I had an officer called Colonel Gautam. When I see him, I used to run away from him like as if a mad dog is chasing me. Okay, so I had to come and keep the breakfast and everything for the cadets. So that was, and one more thing I would like to tell you. Usually I have seen students, my cadets were very diligent. Okay, I had cadets who were very hardworking, very committed, very diligent, intelligent, independent, and whatever work I used to give them, they used to, without any this thing, they come and show it to you. Okay? But there are some, even among you, I know many of you will be there, like giving excuses. Okay? Ma'am, I couldn't do this because I had this work. Ma'am, I didn't know how to do it. Can I give it after 2 days? Can I give it after 5 days? Can I complete this project after 1 month? So how many of you do that? How many of you do that? This is called procrastination. Okay? See, one who procrastinates is losing an opportunity. When opportunity knocks at your door only once. How many times it knocks at your door? Once. And when it knocks at your door, grab the opportunity with both your hands. Because there is no second chance, no third chance. Okay? So, procrastinators are called what? What can we call the procrastinators? It is their arrogance. One who is very arrogant, who don't want to do the thing in time, they are arrogant. They think that God will give them a second chance, a third chance. But no, God is cleverer than you. He will give only once. And if you really grab that opportunity, you can do well in your life. So, this is one thing that you will have to learn. Don't procrastinate. Have deadlines. Do your things in time. And work. Work is fun, I say. Work is nothing a burden on your head. Is it a burden? It is all how man thinketh. You know what man thinketh? What do you mean by how man thinketh? Whatever you think you are. If you think I am lazy, you are lazy. If you think, no, I am very smart, I can do this, this is the time I'll have to submit, I'll have to go forward, it will take you forward in life. So the lessons that you learned today is, first I told you, believe in yourself. Or always make it. Don't break. If there is any pressure, don't sit and cry. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ದೇವರು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕರುಣೆ ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು, ಹಂಗಾಗೋಯ್ತು, ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್, ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಯೂಸ್. ನೋ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ಯು ನೋ the 4 principles, if you follow throughout your life, I have followed as a devoted NCC cadet. One is, as an NCC cadet, as an NCC instructor, as an NCC officer, I have followed these 4 principles in my life. One is, obey with a smile, be punctual, work hard without fuss, make no excuses, tell no lies. These are the 4 things that I have followed. And if any one of you can tell me what is the aim of NCC, I'll be very happy today. You're all wearing your NCC uniforms. There are so many others also. I'll ask what is their aim in life. And now first of all, I want my NCC cadets to tell what are the 3 aims of NCC. Can you? Can I take this as an interaction session? Yes. Okay, so I told you so many things. Do you have any thoughts? First of all, before telling the aims of NCC, do you have any thoughts to share with me? Or do you have any doubts? Do you have any questions? I can answer. Yeah, I'm passing this mic.
Jai ma'am.
Jai.
Ma'am, if you could share your RDC experience. You said you went 7 times. So any one experience that you remember?
I have plenty of experiences.
Ma'am, anything that you would like to share?
Okay. So the first time when I went to RDC, you know, I was chicken-hearted. You know what is chicken-hearted? I'm very, very scared of everything in life. Okay? So that time I went as an instructor and I was detained for something called as photo cell. There was, all the photos of RDCs we used to have at tent and we used to sell it there. Okay? So that time I went as in charge of photo cell. I was regaled with that designation. Then when I went there, nobody had come. And that time RDC was happening in tents. It was not in barracks. Now you have barracks. You will do the line area, flag area and all that in front of the barracks. Flag area not there, flag area somewhere else. But line area you will do in the barracks itself. But that time it was tents. So when I went there, none of the tents was even pitched. I went so early because the date given was 7 days before. When I went there, then I had to make all the NCOs, the Laskars and everybody assemble there. And then I collected all the materials required for pitching the tents, starting from the hooks, the ropes, the tents and everything. Almost around 50 tents I got it pitched. Knowing nothing about NCC, I was very new to NCC, but I made them pitch 10, so many tents at distance, and I learned so many things. Thereafter, since I went for photo cell, they saw my capability of getting the tents pitched with Laskars and this thing. Instead of putting me into photo cell, they put me into something called as training. So I had to accompany the students for Rajpath and Guard of Honor. So one incident, I'll tell you what happened. I was in charge of Guard of Honor, and the Vice President of India will come to take the salute. It was the inauguration day of Republic Day camp. So I had my officer, Colonel Bhatt. He said, Samana, you take care of the cadets there. You know what happened? When actually there is a screen. Behind the screen, the cadets will all be ready in their uniforms, all shining, polished, with their rifles and everything. And I was made in charge of the training. All of a sudden, the parade commander fell because she was standing for a long time. Even you are taught, if you are standing for a long time, you have to keep moving your fingers inside your shoes. Otherwise, you will have a fall. So similarly, that parade commander had a fall, guard commander. She is called guard commander. So she had a fall and her chin broke like this. And immediately what to do? President, Vice President is coming. She is the only one trained to be the guard commander there. And I took her to the MI room. There will be medical facilities in every camp. I took her to the MI room, and there she was given such a big bandage. Okay, but I didn't know what to do, how to even replace her, because nobody was giving such good command. So with that bandage only, the bell rang and the cadets had to march. She went with that great bandage as a guard commander. This is a big mistake that I had made, because they will take so much of they will ensure that everything should be perfect. Their uniform, even not a single thread hanging, their nameplates correct in place, their sashes, their beret, then the buckle, everything should be, the hackle, everything should be intact. But then a person with a bandage, can she be the guard commander? I should have changed. I was so new to NCC, I didn't know what to do. I have just, and I got scoldings from my, what have you done? What have you done? You have done my titi matudidiyara. So, in front of the Vice President of India, that too inauguration, when the whole world is watching, when the whole India is watching NCC on TV, a live show, you have sent a parade commander with the bandage. So this is one of my experience, right? Okay. So I want you all to talk about the lessons that I taught you. Is there anything that you want to contribute? If you have any of your experiences, if you want to share, please do so. See, I want this to be an interactive session. Don't look at me blank, give a blank look. I want you all to talk. Yes. Yes.
Ma'am, my question is, what was your life before NCC and why did you join NCC?
Yeah. My life before NCC, I wanted to become a great teacher. My passion was teaching. So I joined B.Ed. And as I told you, my father was a journalist. And all very, very high profile people used to come to my house. And I was so scared to talk to them. Like Girish Kasarvalli, then Girish Karnad, then so many others. My father had all very, very high profile friends. They used to come to my house. But I was so shy. I never used to talk to people also. Okay? I was very shy. But when I went to high school, I was made the monitor, I was made the leader. And I did my B.Ed. I was a teacher in one of the school. And then my father, since he was a journalist, he got an advertisement in Prajavati paper. He was in Prajavati. He said, NCC cadets ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ for instructor position. So my father forced me. I didn't want to wear uniform, but he made me wear uniform. So that was my before life. Anyway, once I got into NCC, you know, NCC is to groom tomorrow's leaders. Okay? So not only NCC, the others are also there. You all have to take leadership roles in whichever field you choose. Whether you want to become a lawyer, you want to become a teacher, you want to become a doctor, you want to become a scientist, you want to become a police officer, whatever field, you want to become a beautician. So whatever field you choose, you have to become leaders. So if you don't have any other questions, we'll have a group discussion on leadership, on training young leaders. Can we go to that, or do you have any other question? Yes.
You said about challenges. Did you feel like you want to give up in any of these stages when you have something?
Never ever I felt that I have to give up. Okay? Don't give up. Whatever challenges may be there, whatever it may be there, be bold, be courageous. That is one of the best quality that you have to imbibe in yourself. Crying se kya hota? I have seen cadets, just because they have some period, some stomachache, they will sit under the tree. Huh? I, with my bullet wound, I have walked all over. Soon after kidney donation, the very next day, soon after I came out of anesthesia, I went walking all over the command hospital to see my husband how he is. Very next day. So don't break for anything. You have to be strong. Okay? Yes. Any other question?
How easy or how hard was it for you to become an author or a writer and reading a publisher?
So I will tell you the story of my being an author. After NCC parades, battalions, uniform and everything, after my retirement, I started something called as Writer's Guild. I didn't sit quiet. And I don't want to lead a retired, relaxed, sleeping life. I just want to be active till my end. So I started something called, because I have seen my father holding a pen always. He was a writer, he was a journalist. So that was somewhere deep inside me. I think for 50 years I haven't written anything. All of a sudden I started writing some poems, and I started a guild. Guild means all over India, whoever the authors, aspiring authors are there, they all came under my umbrella called Spark Igniting Minds. And I used to give them a topic, and they used to write. I always felt pen is mightier than sword. Okay? So if I give a topic, they used to write. The first topic that I gave was about spirituality is better than religion. Okay, being spiritual is something not religious. Is it not so? There's a difference between religion and spirituality. So we brought out the first book called Soul Surgeon. So when they all wrote, I simply wanted to know more about spirituality and all that. So I asked all my author friends to write. They wrote it so well. I said, they have written it so well, why don't I publish a book? So I started, for that book to get published, I started my own publishing industry. And that's how Sri Ravi Shankar actually launched that book. And the next topic that I gave was delayed log of shutdown corruption. That time corruption, even today, corruption is eating away the Indian government, the Indian systems. Okay? So I used to get all these topics, because of the flag area. See, you all do flag area, they give you such nice topics. You will think on it, isn't it? You will think, like what is your vision? 2025, what is India's vision? How should India be then? So it puts a lot of thought-provoking topics into your mind where you think. So those things were there because training cadets for flag area year after year, so many topics. I thought, why don't I give these topics to the authors? Because they are more intelligent. That's what we feel. They are more intelligent. They come up with so many solutions for all the problems of India. So, delete log of shutdown corruption. They had given remedies how to quit corruption from India. So, that book we got next. So, like that, I got involved myself into writing, and I wrote 2 books. One is Anand. It is about, you all know Cafe Coffee Day owner Siddhartha Hegde, who got into all this, for money laundering and all that. And finally he jumped into river Netravati and he lost his life. Okay? Taking that thread, I have written this novel. And thereafter I wrote something called as Smart. Are you smart with words? Okay? So I'll test your vocabulary also in this. Whoever answers me will get a copy of this book as gift. Okay? Whoever answers me, I'll ask you a few questions. If the time is up, you will have to tell me, ma'am. Time is up? 10 minutes. Okay, only 2 or 3 I'll do this, and then we'll have a group discussion for 10 minutes, right? Okay. Very easy one I'll ask, the first one. Okay, I'll give you 2 clues. Okay, first, if you answer in the first clue itself, you will get the book. Right? In almost every house I have been, I have watched them gaping at the screens. They lull and slop and launch about and stare until their eyes pop out. They sit and stare and stare and sit. This is a 10-lettered word. Very nice. The very first word you got it. Who told me from here? Somebody? Yes. This book is for yours. The book is for you. supreme. You have a legacy, a tradition and a dream. You are a symbol of power, standing tall, placed on the head. Your headdress that will not fall. 5-letter word. Very easy. Yes. I have to give some difficult one. I've only forgotten. Am I happy? Am I sad? Mixed emotions driving me mad. Can't seem to make you my mind. Mixed between the two is what I find. Yeah. Tell me. Want me to read again? Yeah. Am I happy? Am I sad? Mixed emotions driving me mad. Can't seem to make you my mind. Mixed between the two, what I find. If you are not answering with the first word, first clue, I am going to give you the second clue. Second clue is, you want to answer? Clue 1. Second clue. I'm myself seeing the answer here. Okay. So, the first clue is, am I happy, am I sad, you got no? So, that nobody answered. The second clue I am going to, I don't think anybody will answer this. Let me It is known for being both side as a prefix. It is known for being both side as a prefix and relating to the electrons. Chemistry namuscoli, that exists in a chemical bond denoting by the number of atomic weights. Again I read the first one, connect the first one to second one and then again say, am I happy, am I sad? Mixed emotions driving me mad. Can't seem to make you my mind. Mixed between the two is what I find. Two.
Nitrogen.
Huh?
Nitrogen.
I'll give one more. Land and water. No. The answer is ambivalence. 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 Valency, electrons you should have connected. Ambi is being on two sides, not happy, not sad. Water and land, something like that. Okay? So that's the answer. So nobody gets it wrong. So we want one more or we move to the one last. Okay? I've got so many books, other 3 books, but anyway, one I give you and we'll finish this. There is power in the things we say, a way to make emotions sway. There is strength in the energy we give, a way to click the feeling and revoke. A way to elicit the feeling and evoke. This is a 5-letter word. The first letter is E. 5-letter. The second clue is evoke. I had already told you're all leaders. Okay? You all want to be young leaders. Tomorrow, I told you, NCC is to groom tomorrow's leaders. In whatever field that you choose, you have to become leaders. First of all, tell me what are the qualities that you look in a leader? Okay? Confidence. Yeah, according to the military thing, it is bravery, charisma, courage. Then you have a sense of judgment. To be humorous. Then you have confidence. Then you have command and control. Okay, these are the few things that you expect. Other than that, it is also risk taking. It is also taking initiatives, team building. All this comes under leadership qualities. Is it? Ability to put the team before them. So how nicely you will take the team along to complete your mission. Right? Okay. Any other quality that you think of? Yeah, patience. Correct. Being bold, courageous. Courage we have already covered. Yes? Courage, confidence, command and control, bravery, judgment, then a sense of humor, a sense of commitment, and what else? Stability, empathy. Skills of presenting it to the team. I told you, Charishma, you should have a kind of, any leader for that matter, he should attract. Not only with his personality, with his ways of presentation skills or even all that comes under that. Yes, anything else? Knowledgeable, yes, very important. A leader is one who excels in his group. Okay, he will be more knowledgeable than his group. Right? So you all want to become, I'll give some NCC topic only. Or some topic which you all can contribute, right? So one problem I'll give you. So you will have to, I can't make you into groups. Now can I make you into groups? So this is one group, second group, third group, fourth group. Okay? So this is a group discussion. You can discuss about the problem that I'm going to pose to you. One speaker can stand up and then the other one can give answers. Okay, so only one from one group should stand up and speak. The scenario is a nearby village is flooded. Okay, the scenario here is a nearby village is flooded, and as NCC NSS volunteers, you must coordinate relief efforts. There is chaos, there is misinformation and limited resources. Suppose there is flood in a nearby village, what happens? There is lot of panicking because loss of property will be there, loss of lives will be there, and they will not know where to go, what to do. Is it not so? So at that time, as NCC volunteers and NSS volunteers, if you go there, what help do you give them? And how do you manage that panic-stricken situation? How will you help them? Right? So you can start off. In a group discussion, I will not name any group. You yourself will see who is the leader group. You yourself should stand and start off. Yes. Good. What's your name? Nitya.
I'm an NSS volunteer myself. First thing I would like to give them is the shelter and the guidance.
See here, the leader should act fast and lead smart. Okay?
Okay, the mic is not working.
Yeah.
The first thing they would lack is, I think it's good. It's getting off. The first thing they would lack is the communication. They might not get any proper facility to communicate with any other one. They might have lost their mode of communication. First thing to do for them is to provide them shelter. After them, the communication, the food facilities, everything to be given, and then also their mental health should also be prioritized. Somewhere people might have lost even their loved ones, even that should also be taken care of. And then any means of main documents if they have lost, or if anything that they are given priority with, if that is lost with them, if they are not having any further work to be done, if there is no such documents or no such safeguarding thing is to be done by them, and they might not get to do anything in further. So taking care of those things and arranging of those things can also be done.
Okay, very nice. Give her a big round of applause. So what if people, okay, she has come up with suitable solutions like there will be no communication. So you are the one who will go and tell them this is what has happened and you have to bring panic under control. Okay, somebody must have lost somebody, they will be searching another person, their own kith and kin is somewhere, isn't it? So you will have to establish communication over there. The lines might have got cut, all the essential services, no electricity, isn't it so? So that time what happens? How do you even communicate? Even the mobiles may not be working. Huh? How do you bring them all together? So that's a very good answer by Nitya. What if people refuse to follow your instructions because they don't recognize your authority? See, you're all NCC cadets. You're not from a very big organization or you don't have the authority to go and tell them. Even if you want to establish communication, Nitya, you don't have the authority there to go tell them, isn't it? But how will you tell them? How will you establish the communication over there? When nobody is listening to you and nobody is thinking that you are somebody who can bring the situation under control. What will you do then?
One thing as an NSS volunteer, always I've seen is, anywhere I go, people never listen to us. One thing they think is that, who is she even to give me any
Correct.
command to?
Yes.
What we try to inculcate is that we don't try to command them or be rude with them. We just try to make them understand what our point of view is. Anywhere in any NSS events we go, like for the example, anywhere we go, we just try to do the thing is that we try to make them understand more than commanding them.
Very good.
Then-
Again, big this thing. Clap for her, clap for her. Very good. It is not because of power, okay? People will listen to you. It is because how you convince them, how you persuade them, how you will tell them that this is what is happening and then how you console them and how you adapt to that situation. Okay, you can't use your power or be this thing or shout at them. No, never. It is not the power that plays there, it is the persuasion that plays. So I think I have to give one book to Nitya. Really, she is participating. Come Nitya. Yes, I want the others to participate now. Nitya will keep quiet. Right. Next. What if you don't have enough food or medical supplies? How do you decide whom to give first? There are no medical supplies. Then how do you decide whom to give first? There are shortage of medicines. There are shortage of food there. Okay. How do you decide? Yes.
First of all, I would like to categorize people with more needs, like based on their needs. Like people who are in intensive care, need of intensive care would be given the first preference
urgency. Okay? For example, children, old people, disabled ones, and one who has severely injured, who is in intensive care unit, they have to be given medicines first, isn't it? Medicines or food or whatever. Based on the need, you have to categorize, and within the limited resources, whatever limited resources you have to proceed further. Okay? One more last question. What if a few volunteers are scared or want to leave? How do you motivate them to stay? As a leader, okay, you have all gone into that village, okay? And some of your friends themselves they back out. Ilappa, na varala, I don't want to come here, I don't want to do this. People are not listening to us. They're saying there are so many other problems also. So you take a back step. Many of them take a back step. As a leader, how do you motivate them? Yes.
First, we have tried to give her all the opportunity to show her talent, ma'am, because she's stepping back. We should say that no, you can do. First, we have to motivate and I try to tell her to come and I give some responsibility for her.
But still she is not coming. Okay, you have motivated her, you have inspired her, but still she doesn't want to come. How do you motivate? First of all, how do you motivate? Yes.
You can.
They can tell her like what if your family members are in that life, what would you do at that time?
Yeah, giving such examples and also telling the stories of resilience. Something happens to your family, how do you really come out of this? Are they also not our family? They are in need. Okay? So that's how you.
Motivate her by saying that how strong she can be.
Yes.
That motivates her more than motivating by giving examples, not calling you when she's scared so much. And if you motivate her, like she can just push her to sometimes she would not like that.
So you can tell stories to her. Okay? So her own stories you can tell her. That time you were so brave, you did such a great act, and now why you're taking a back step. That is one of the ways to convince. Yes.
I want to convince them to motivate. Myself, I put my life into it so that they get motivation.
So she says that she wants to be a role model. She'll show how I can solve the problem. Come, you are telling that they are not listening to me. So I'll show how we can make them listen. Okay? That is how she'll take a leadership role. Good. Very nice. Clap.
I would remind her the main reason we are there for, like saving the people, and the main reason we took up what we are doing right now.
Yeah, we are here for a cause. We are here for doing something. And why do you want to go back? Is it not so? Without even fulfilling whatever we have come here for. So in that way you can even motivate her. Good.
Ma'am, as a leader, first we should develop the trust between each other, ma'am. Without trust, we can't do anything, ma'am. So if I be a leader, I try to assure them that in front of you, I will stand. Whatever happens before you, I will take the responsibility. Then automatically when trust comes, everyone stands together, so the job would be easy, ma'am.
Very good leader.
Thank you,
Okay, yeah. Clap for her. Very nice. Good answer. Okay, I think time is up. I'm going to stop here. Right? If you still have any questions, one or two questions, we'll finish it off. And nobody told me the aims of NCC. We can finish off with the aims of NCC at least. Who can tell me the aims of NCC? 3 aims? Nobody. Yeah. At least in your own words you can say. No need of being very bookish. Yeah.
Motivate young people.
Okay. Okay.
To
just build that oneness among cadets.
Yes. Very nice. So you're all talking like a leader now. So the aim of NCC is to develop character, comradeship, spirit of sportsmanship, a spirit of adventure, secular activities. So this is the first thing. And you will be a force, okay? A trained force. So whenever there is an emergency to the country, you will be of help, okay? And also to develop some officer-like qualities in you so that you can take up defense forces in your career, as your career, right? So these are the aims of NCC. You want to add something? Yes.
Like India has been a diverse country, NCC brings up unity. So
Yes, unity
forgetting
and
our
discipline
religion-
is the motto of NCC. Yes, in a diverse country like India, she wants to bring everybody together in spite of the religious differences, in spite of the cultural differences, in spite of the way we dress up, the festivals. Everything is different in every state, but still we are all united. Good, with this message, I'm going to close this. Thank you so much. You were all so responsive. I mean, the response was really good. I really loved interacting with you all. Happy times. Thank you.
Before closing the session, we have always a feedback after the session. Can you please be seated for a minute, ma'am? Students will be giving a feedback about the session. So can any one student can give a feedback before we close the session? Very good.
So after listening to you, ma'am, even though there are so many hardships in NCC, why not, even I had these thoughts like giving up in NCC. So after listening to you and your experience also like village and everything, like we should be in NCC or any other thing that you plan to never give up in NCC.
First, I would like to thank all the faculty to organize this, and thank you, ma'am. You have not only spoke about the hardships in NCC, and you have even spoke about the life of the hardships and how to cope up with that and everything. Thank you.
Any challenges, face it. Okay, don't take this as
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon to my respected teachers. Literally, your words made me inspired, ma'am. Being through, I'll be going any other things through my personal life every day. Today, the way you said your husband got some due to diseases and all, you have got supported, and the motivation you are giving to us, it made me more inspired, ma'am. Daily, I think by listening to this, I should develop at any cost. One day, even I want to come and sit at your place and inspire others, ma'am.
I think the best part about your journey is even after retirement, you didn't stop there. You started something very new and you were ready to encourage people to start writing or to support them. Which says that people should never stop no matter what. If one journey is completing somewhere, there is always a chance for you to start another journey. So I think that's the best part of your journey. Thank you so much for coming here and giving this for being an inspiration. Thank you so much.
Be unstoppable. Okay, that's a message.
Our students have given a feedback and it made you a happy session. So overall, we got to know that the session was informative, and one or the other way, the word which is being given by ma'am is that we should never stop.
whatever the age might be. So the always we ask in the every session that out of 10, how much marks that you can give for yourself in today's session. Out of 10, how much marks that you can give for yourself that you've attended the session and you've learned something today, right? Out of 10, how much marks that you want to give? 10. For madam? 10. Okay, so it means that we got to know the session was, outcome was informative. Thank you. So there's a vote of thanks. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an inspiring and thought-provoking talk. We are grateful for your insights and the wisdom you have shared with us today. I also would like to thank the Women in Leadership team for organizing such a grateful session so that we could grasp some of thoughtful things that could go into our minds. To wrap up, we hope today's discussion has empowered and motivated us. Let's carry forward the lessons and inspirations from this talk and continue to support and advocate for women in leadership roles. Thank you all for attending and contributing this vital conversation. Have a wonderful day. This is the feedback QR. You can all scan it and give your feedback forms.